Welcome to the Retro Craptacular podcast, where each month we continue our search for the best bad movies on the planet Earth. I am your host, Aaron, and I am joined, as always, by Matt.
Ayo.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Oh, tired.
Right? No, I'm not that tired, actually. I'm fine.
Okay. We usually do this in the afternoon.
Yeah.
But the way it worked out today is we're doing it in the wee hours of 8 p.m.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm surprisingly tired for it.
Well, you know, you're used to having dinner at 4.
I've been pulling up my pants past my belly button.
It's just a vicious cycle. Once you get there, it's really hard to go back.
I tell you, being in your 60s.
Do you ever just fall asleep in your lazy boy with your glasses like on the end of your nose and your crossword just clutched in your hands?
I did fall asleep in my lazy boy with my glasses on once.
Oh, you would.
Oh, to be fair, I had just taken some very heavy sleeping medication.
Oh, well, yeah, okay.
But yeah, I woke up suddenly in the morning with my glasses on my face. And I was like,
oh, like in the morning?
Yeah, I slept the whole night.
Nice.
And I was like, whoa, what? And it was just, yeah, my glasses on my face and my computer was on its side on the floor.
I've definitely because I like to go to late shows of movies, usually on like a weird weekday, like a Thursday or a Wednesday.
Oh yeah, because Thursday 10 p.m. is the best.
Well, because usually there's no one there.
Oh yeah,
and or there's very few people there, and the ones that are there aren't there to ruin my time.
Unlike the people who specifically go to the theater to ruin your experience.
Yeah.
I hate those people. There's a subreddit.
There's some. Oh, there will be now.
Fucking over Aaron Dawson's movie experiences.
So one time I came back and my dad was in the Lazy Boy, and this was at 1:30 in the morning. I went to a pretty late show, 10:45 show, right? So I get back at 1:30 in the morning, and he's dead asleep, TV's still on, and it was very funny because we had a birthday party the day before, so there's just a bunch of balloons around
What?
Oh no, sorry, we were having a birthday party that weekend and he was blowing up balloons. That's what it was. He had blown up all the balloons, and then they were just he had left them on the floor. There was just a whole bunch of balloons around him, and he's just snoring away in the chair, and there's Me TV is on, and it's I Love Lucy or something like that. And so I was like, what the, it's almost 2:00. So I'm like dad, trying to get him to wake up, and he just wouldn't wake up. He's dead asleep. I smashed a balloon off his face, and he was did not wake up. So I was like, okay. Went back upstairs, went to bed. Next morning I was like, well, what time did you wander upstairs? I don't know, about 5:00.
Oh, yikes. That is almost the entire night slept in that chair.
Just a whole bunch of balloons.
I'm surprised you didn't just pick one up and pop it.
Well, we needed them for the party.
All right, yeah, fair.
Then I gotta go buy more balloons, and it's this whole big thing. Yeah. So that was that. You watch anything good recently? Or play anything good? You been doing anything?
Yeah, well, I mean, I did just start, because it came out yesterday. I started watching season 2 of Jessica Jones.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of interested to see where that goes. I felt like the first season set up a lot of really interesting things, and then maybe didn't quite deliver on them, but I'm still really interested by the premise of Jessica Jones.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I know. Not your cup
I tried
of tea.
so hard. I made it halfway through. I think I made it to
which is a lot
7,
because the episodes are almost an hour long.
Yeah.
Each, so
and I was just I couldn't get through it, but yeah, that's cool. I'm basically waiting for season 3 of Daredevil, and then I think I'm basically done with those shows.
Yeah, I was invested enough to kind of want to start rewatching a bunch of them after I watched Defenders, and I can definitely say that Daredevil was the best one.
Yeah, I did enjoy The Punisher, actually. The Punisher is the only one of those shows that I've actually finished.
Oh yeah, I kind of forgot about The Punisher now that I think about it.
Other than Daredevil.
It felt kind of separate because he wasn't part of the Defenders, and he's just kind of a side thing. But yeah, no, that was actually very enjoyable.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember if I mentioned it on this podcast or not, but I watched The End of the Fucking World.
Oh, I watched that recently.
You didn't watch it too?
That's what I watched. Yeah, me and Mackenzie, we watched that. It was just on our list on Netflix for a really long time.
Wasn't it great?
And it was so surprisingly good.
I loved it.
It was such a
Yeah.
It was such a Simon Pegg movie, though. Really, like,
Oh yeah.
it's just like really kind of awkward and kind of terrible, and then all of a sudden everything changes, and it's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
And like not ridiculously funny, but ridiculously horrible in a way that makes it just so horrible that it has to be funny.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
No one, I don't think other people can toe that line as well.
No, it was very, very well done. I watched the entire show in a day.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it sounds like a lot, but I think it's only 8 episodes, and they're like barely pushing 20 minutes. So
Oh yeah, that's fair then, yeah.
it's really only like, I don't know, a couple hours. Like I think the first episode is like 18 minutes or something like that. It's not very long at all. But yeah, I really like that show, and
Maybe it felt longer than it was. But yeah.
But I really like that show, and I can't wait for season 2 of that.
They're doing a season 2?
I hope so. They left it on such a cliffhanger.
I thought they left it on a very kind of dark and final note, didn't they?
Well, I mean, spoilers for the show. 'Cause he's like running away down the beach, being shot at by the SWAT team.
Yeah.
And they just kind of left it.
Oh, I thought it was implied that he got shot.
Oh.
Because he was running and shooting, and then it like went to black, and then there was the final gunshot, and that's such a like, oh, he was killed kind of thing.
Oh.
That's what I felt.
Maybe I missed the final gunshot.
Or maybe I'm remembering it wrong. I don't know.
I think there's gonna be season 2.
Oh. Well, it does seem to have been very popular.
I started watching Mute on Netflix.
I don't know that.
It's the new movie from Duncan Jones, who did like one of my favorite sci-fi movies ever called Moon. It's about a guy living on the moon. He also directed the Warcraft movie. And what was the other one? Source Code with Jake Gyllenhaal. Where he's on the train that keeps exploding over and over again.
Wow, what? I don't actually know what source code is.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to keep repeating the same noise.
I'm not gonna get into it on here, but
Cool.
It's pretty good. Anyways, I watched like the first 10 minutes and I shut it off. It was so fucking boring.
Oh, yeah. Yikes.
Mute. That is not source code. So it's it's not good. I mean, I had heard that it was really bad going into it, and so maybe that kind of affected.
Well, I don't know. Sometimes when someone tells me something's terrible, it just means that my expectations are really low, and so then it doesn't actually take that much for it to be okay with me.
Oh, it's the Transformers 3 effect.
I still haven't seen Transformers 3, and I'm happy with that way.
I went into Transformers 3. I don't know why I went to see it. I feel like maybe me and Steve the Bearded went to see it, or...
And you were going just because you were going with Steve the Bearded?
Just, yeah, he invited me, I think, and I was like, maybe him and AJ, and we went. Something like that. Anyways, so I went to see it, and like my expectations were at rock bottom because Transformers 2 is atrocious.
Oh, it makes me so unhappy.
It is like offensively bad. And then I just kind of enjoyed myself a little bit because it was like not horrendously terrible.
Cool.
So Transformers 3, it's okay-ish.
Not as bad as number 2.
Yeah, so that's...
Sorry, I just realized what I said.
Oh,
it's not as bad as number 2.
Like poop.
Like poop. That should be the new slogan for this podcast.
It's not as bad as number 2.
It's not as bad as a number 2. ...
Like poop.
Like poop.
Yeah.
I'm too tired.
All right. Well, Matt. Oh, real quick. Did you watch any of the Oscars?
No.
Oh, okay. I got 21 to 24 right. I won the Oscar pool finally.
Yeah, you've been trying for so long.
Like 6 years, man.
And that's a lot. 21.
I decide. Yeah. This year I decided the only ones I missed were live action short, doc short, and doc feature.
Because you didn't watch any of those?
I did not watch any of them.
There you go.
And I basically just went with what the majority of the critics were saying on those ones.
And the critics were wrong?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, doc feature was about 50-50.
I see.
And I just picked wrong. But anyways, so I think I set a record at the thing. I don't think anyone's ever gotten over 20.
At the yearly get-together?
At the annual Oscar party that I attend. Have you been to that one?
Nope.
Really? No? Okay. Well, you should come next year. It's really good.
Well, maybe if someone invited me, I would.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just kidding. I got invited, but I just didn't want to go.
Okay, yeah, I thought you were invited. Anyways, it was really cool. Shape of Water won, which I'm very, very stoked about.
I still haven't seen it, actually.
It's excellent.
I've
Check
heard.
it out.
Apparently everyone thinks so.
Yeah, Roger Deakins finally won his cinematography Oscar.
Yes.
Which is great. Jordan Peele won Best Screenplay for Get Out.
Oh, yeah.
You watched Get Out,
that
right?
one I saw.
Yeah.
Freaking...
It's good, right?
Man.
Oh, man. So good. So good. People are saying Greta Gerwig got snubbed for Lady Bird, but I'm like, you know what? She got nominated for Best Picture and Best Screenplay on her first feature film, so I think she's doing all right.
Yeah, that's a pretty good start to a career.
Yeah, she'll be fine. Don't worry about Greta Gerwig.
Yeah.
She'll be back. And she didn't seem too upset either. She seemed very, very... There's a great gif of like when... I think it's when Guillermo del Toro won. She like turns to the person next to her. She's like, "Oh, I love him."
That's awesome.
The little gif that's been going around is pretty good. So, anyways, I basically just wanted to brag about how good I am at guessing the Oscars.
Well,
I went all like Moneyball this year. I did not vote with my heart at all. Because I was like, I am going to win the pool this year.
There you go. Set your mind to it and ignore your emotions.
It was also just the easiest Oscars to predict this year. I felt like,
yeah,
like I feel like in the past, there's been like a lot of upsets. Like I'm like, oh, this is definitely gonna win, and then something totally random wins. But this year it was like, no, that'll probably win. That'll probably win. That'll probably win. That'll probably win. Like,
maybe you're just older and wiser.
Maybe. I don't know. I feel like it was just kind of a...
Maybe 2017 was a boring year. I don't know.
I mean, maybe. So anyways, that was the Oscars. That's what we did. Oh, I saw that Natalie Portman movie too. Annihilation. Weird freaky balls sci-fi movie.
Oh, Freaky Balls. Yes, of course I remember. Freaky Balls with Natalie Portman.
Yeah. No, it's the guy that directed Ex Machina did it. And it's like they go into this like bubble.
Yeah, that sounds familiar actually.
And like weird shit starts happening. It was intense. It's kind of weird. I don't know if it was good. But it was strange and intriguing. And I guess I enjoyed myself. But I also, like, I would watch it again.
Okay.
But it's not from like, oh god, I can't wait to watch that again. More like I think I need to see that again to figure out if it's good or not.
Okay, I see.
You know what I'm saying? Anyways.
I know what you're saying.
You picking up what I'm throwing down?
I'm picking it up, girl.
Anyways, so there's a new movie coming out this month. It might be coming out today, this weekend, maybe next weekend. I don't know.
Maybe we should have checked.
We probably should have. I don't know. I might see it. It's
I might not.
I probably won't. I'll probably wait for Netflix.
Yeah,
it's a Netflix one. Yeah, it's there's not a remake, reboot,
reinvention
of Tomb Raider. And so
Lara Croft.
We watched the Tomb Raider.
I'm so tired. I'm sorry.
We are running out of time. And if we fail, we must wait another 5,000 years.
Well, I don't know about you, but that's more time than I'm prepared to commit to this enterprise.
This summer, the planets will align.
It was the Illuminati who swore to bring their ancestors back to life.
Time will stand still.
Have you ever heard of the Clock of Ages?
It gives its possessor power of the light.
And the fate of mankind
Eternal hell revives!
will rest in the hands of one.
Don't start.
You're quite an authority on things ancient and mythological.
That's why I travel. It's an ancient clock. It was hidden in a secret room. It glows, but it's getting brighter. Like it's counting down to something.
You can build, destroy, move back and forth through time. The future is yours now, Lara. You're the only one with the strength to destroy the power of the light. We can be partners.
You might try to kill me.
I'm not going to kill you.
I said you'd try.
Time to save the universe again then, is it?
Absolutely.
On June 15th, the biggest adventure of the summer begins. Angelina Jolie is Lara Croft.
This is where I start to have fun.
Tomb Raider.
How do you feel about the original Tomb Raider movie that we just watched?
Well, it's not great.
It's not. I used to really like this movie a lot.
Yeah, I remember as a tween.
Yeah, like 12, 13,
Enjoying-
I think was kind of when it came out.
Enjoying this movie.
I really like the second one. And in my mind, the second one is better than this. I mean, I think I kind of always thought the second one was better than this.
Okay.
In my mind, the second one is significantly better.
I just don't remember the second one, so.
Into like a legitimately good movie, you know?
Okay.
But this, I found elements of this rather enjoyable. No? You're like giving me the weird like look like maybe I shouldn't.
I gave the old, like, look up into the corner and no, and tilt my head to the side. So I was
Okay.
like, okay.
No? You're not...
I just feel like this, like this movie is an action, like it's Lara Croft. It's supposed to be action with a bit of mystery because of the whole relic stuff that goes on. And it was like, the mystery stuff was either really obvious or completely bizarre and unexplained.
Yeah.
And then the action stuff, for the most part, I thought was really cheesy.
Yeah, it is kind of cheesy.
No, not kind of. Like, it was dripping in cheese.
I think there's some good stuff. Like
the final fight between Lara and
Jorah Mormont
and Jorah Mormont
from Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
I can't remember the guy's name. It's Jorah Mormont from Game of Thrones.
Jorah Mormont.
Yeah.
That fight scene was actually decent, and only because of Jorah Mormont.
Ian Glenn, I think is his name.
Okay. Yeah,
the actor.
Ian Glenn.
I don't remember.
Actually gave a good fight scene.
Yeah, it was all right.
Like compared to the rest of the movie. But then, like, everything that happens is
you didn't like the bungee cord.
Top.
She's doing like bungee ballet in her hallway.
Well, like when she's doing the bungee ballet,
And
I
then-
just like think, okay, that's cool. She's doing that, and then all the people bust in and just like when she's swinging on that thing, right?
Yeah.
It's a very long rope, and she's at a very low point as far as like the spinning is concerned. Like she's very far away from the
anchor point.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I forget what the mathematical term is. So she's not moving that quickly, and everyone has automatic guns. And I just like was having a very hard time suspending my belief that she wasn't getting shot all to shit multiple times.
From the fulcrum? Is that the word?
I think that's the word. Or
no. Well, fulcrum is what a lever pivots on. We're not talking about this now. We're not getting into simple machines. So, yeah, okay. But it has this kind of like, I mean, I think this is from like 2002 or 3 or something like that. So it's, I would say like not quite 90s, but like that, like late 90s.
Barely squeezing out of the 90s.
Yeah. It's like there's still a hangover from the 90s. Right?
Well put.
Like Resident Evil has it too, where it's just like there's that kind of like dumb cheesy action fun.
Yeah, like just doing really needless flips from way too high up and landing perfectly.
And I mean, like it was
posing while shooting double guns, and
it was kind of because like it was a video game movie, right? Or it was based on a video game movie, and so I don't like you weren't really. I don't think you were supposed to take it seriously.
I guess so. Yeah.
So it could kind of get away with it a little bit. Like I feel like today you need to make a legitimately good, like, serious movie based on a video game. You can't really have fun with it.
Yeah, well, not as well. Maybe it just depends on the video game, because like we mentioned the Warcraft movie earlier.
Yeah,
that's a video game movie from recent days that like
true
wasn't making fun of itself as far as I could tell.
No, it played it very seriously and tried to be a very competent movie, and for my money is probably the best video game adaptation that I can think of.
Yeah, maybe. Well, like it still wasn't that great of a movie. It was enjoyable to watch.
Yeah,
absolutely. And I want to see the next one.
There's really good elements of.
I want a sequel.
Luck.
I want it so bad.
I know, me too.
Maybe the Chinese will make it.
Maybe, yeah.
They might pay for
the Chinese loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like well, now we're talking about Warcraft, but there was enough in there that was done right that I could kind of get past everything that was done wrong.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but then what was done right in Tomb Raider?
no, it's totally different, right? Like, I don't know, like the butler, you know, putting on his slippers and his bulletproof vest and like pulling out his shotgun.
Okay, well, the butler is just my favorite part of this whole movie.
Yeah,
but I'm a little biased because I just forgot the actor's name. I feel so bad. But I grew up watching the British sci-fi comedy Red Dwarf with a very small cast of 5 people, and he was Arnold Rimmer.
Yeah,
the twat.
He's the hologram, right?
Yeah, he's the hologram.
Yeah,
and he's just hilarious.
Yeah, no, he's good in this. In the next one, I think him and the science geek guy. I think they end up joining like a Masasi tribe, like in Africa.
Oh man, I feel like I need to see it now.
It's super weird. You can, check it out.
Maybe
it's probably on Netflix. I don't know. I owned the DVDs.
Of course you do.
I bought the DVDs back when they came out because I was into this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like you can do a good Lara Croft Tomb Raider movie. It doesn't seem that hard. Just do.
The premise is simple, but like
it's very simple. Just do a female Indiana Jones movie.
Yeah, that's essentially what you want to do.
Yeah, it's just an Indiana Jones movie with a female lead, and
except she has guns.
And she has 2 guns. And don't put in any stupid video game shit, which is what looks like they're doing in the new one. Is like it looks like it's because it's based on the new game.
Yeah, they relaunched the games.
So get this. So the movie is a reboot of the movie series, but it's based on the game that's a reboot of the original game series. So it's
really they're just doing the same thing again.
So it's a remake of a reboot of a previous thing. Yeah, it's real dumb.
But who knows? Maybe it'll be a good movie.
And it stars the Swedish girl that was in the movie The Danish Girl.
Just to make it more confusing.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
But so yeah, I feel like it's an easy premise to achieve,
especially if you say it like that.
Yeah. Just don't put in like when she jumps off. Have you seen the trailer for it?
No.
Oh, there's this part where like their ship is like caught in a storm and it's gonna sink, and she like jumps off the ship, and she jumps off like 100 feet. Like she just goes flying through the air in slow motion, and just like dumb stuff like that. Like just don't put that in. and it'll be fine.
Just like the really unrealistic stuff.
Yeah. Like, just do, like, a good action movie, you know?
Yeah.
It's, like, it can't be that difficult.
Oh, maybe. Maybe it is.
Just, I don't know. Because the thing with video game movies is everyone wants to put in video gamey stuff.
Yeah, which obviously comes from an understandable place.
I guess, but you're adapting, you know, to a different medium. So
you feel like they're not adapting it enough?
Yeah, they're trying to just
stuff?
make it like a video game that you don't play.
Mm.
Because like when you adapt a book, you don't always, like, you're not going to put like a narrator in, you know, like
Typically, no.
Yeah, so you got to adapt the format to the thing. But anyways, so this movie was great. It stars so Angelina Jolie is fucking
Lara Croft,
Tomb Raider. Yes,
there
thank
you
you.
go.
Wow, it's contagious. It's spreading over to me. She's the Tomb Raider, and it starts off with her shooting a robot, and it's really dumb. And then she does some like backflips.
So many backflips.
Like backwards handsprings while shooting, which was like, that was kind of like, oh yeah, that's what you do in the game whenever you're being chased by the tiger. You just do the backwards like handspring and like bop 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 bop, and then you do the thing and then you shoot. That's me shooting, by the way.
Bop, 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 bop.
Bop, 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 bop. Bop, bop. So yeah, she is like a butler played by Rimmer, and then there's the techno geek guy who lives in an Airstream trailer in her garden and has a bunch of like wind up robot toys.
Yeah, he's a bit weird.
It is. And so like her dad is dead.
Sorry, I don't know why it was funny. You just said it like, yeah, so you hear all these facts, and then her dad is dead.
Her dad's dead. Her dad in the movie is played by Jon Voight, who's her dad in real life. Isn't that cool?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh, now you know. The more you know, Matt.
The guy was the real Lara Croft's dad?
Yeah, it's the real Lara Croft. They got him.
Wow.
Which is really impressive because he's dead.
No kidding.
No, Angelina Jolie's dad, Jon Voight. Anyways, and he tells her to go see the all-seeing eye, the Illuminati. She finds a clock.
You're doing the plot just as much justice as it deserves.
Okay, hold on. So one night she hears a clock ticking. She finds she busts open an old closet and finds.
I think she has a dream about it or something.
Yeah, and then she busts open. Wait, is that before or after the side boob?
That's after.
Right. Okay. There was the shot that was like a huge deal when the movie came out, where like, oh, you see like some Angelina Jolie side boob. And in hindsight,
not a big deal at
not
all.
a big deal.
Nope. All the times they have it changed.
Well, because, you know, the Lara Croft video game character had quite prominent bosoms.
Well put.
And they could have played that up a lot more in this movie.
Yeah. Like, on the one hand, I do feel like Angelina Jolie was cast for this role because of the way she looks.
Yeah, I mean, she looks
not
very similar.
for her physical capabilities toward the role. Because a lot of what she does looks real dumb to me.
Yeah, well...
But then also...
She does look a lot like Lara Croft, and she was a pretty big star at the time, too.
That's
right?
true. But then also, yeah, they could have leaned into it much harder than they did.
And I mean, like, don't get me wrong, Angelina Jolie does have fairly large tracts of land. But... yeah, they downplayed it, and I feel like that was a good choice. So anyways, some people show up to steal the clock because she told them about it. Fuck. What's his name? Jorah Mormont.
Jorah Mormont.
She sends some people, a bunch of commandos to show up, and then go shoot up her house. And the clock was like left there by her dad, and it started ticking when the planets aligned, because when the planets align, then you can get the pieces of the triangle using the clock that was inside the other clock. Holy shit. Okay, I think that's everything.
Essentially, two halves of a triangle, put them together, control time.
You can control time. And so that's the whole point.
And Jorah Mormont wants to control time because he's part of the Illuminati, and the Illuminati wants to control time for some reason. I might have missed it, or they just didn't say.
I think it's because that's what they do. Oh, excuse me.
Like that's why the Illuminati exists?
To control time?
Just
to do shit. I don't know. It's just like a club of like rich white people. They're like, we could do some shit.
Shit we shall do.
Yeah.
Let's control time. Hey, yes. Why not? It's a Wednesday after all.
Speaking of rich white people and equality, there's one woman in this movie, and it's Lara Croft.
Yeah.
Literally every other person in this movie is a dude.
Yep.
Like, I don't even think I don't think I saw women like background actors. Like maybe one old lady at the auction scene.
There was a few old ladies in Siberia, just in the background.
Oh yeah. Well, and there's the little girls that are not real. Little visions of the
not explained at all.
I don't know. But anyways, the movie doesn't exactly pass the Bechdel test, so
nope.
No.
It don't.
It sure no. What? It doesn't. If it was the Beck-Do test. Oh my god. I'm explaining comedy to you now. Can we talk about James Bond's terrible American voice?
Oh my gosh. So at one point in the movie, all of a sudden James Bond is there. Daniel Craig James Bond. The current James Bond.
Yeah.
I think. They didn't change it yet, did they?
No. He's still going to do it, and they actually just got a director.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, Danny Boyle is going to direct Bond 25.
Oh, yes. Son of Charles Boyle.
Sure. I believe the son of Charles Boyle is Nicolás.
No, Nicolás.
I swear that's what I just said.
Nicolás.
No, he directed like Trainspotting and Shallow Grave and Steve Jobs movie. The good one, not the bad one.
Why? I still haven't seen that. Looks interesting.
Just showed up on Netflix. I watched it again the other day. It's really good. It's tight. So he's directing Bond 25. He's a good British guy. Good British director.
Rock on.
Yeah.
So yeah, Daniel Craig shows up and is like a past acquaintance of Lara Croft. He's also a Tomb Raider.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Did you like how at several points in the movie, at one point when they first meet, he says, "You're the Tomb Raider," and then again when they're in the first temple, Sir Jorah says to Daniel Craig, "Well, come on, you're the Tomb Raider, aren't you?" And they like to throw that word in there
a lot,
just because it's the obligatory say the name of the movie line, but they do it like 3 times.
Yeah, more than they needed to.
Like I think on the plane they're like 2 Tomb Raiders are better than 1, and I'm like, is that a thing? Tomb raiding? Like I thought that was just like she raids tombs in the games, so she's a Tomb Raider. I think it was like her job title.
Yeah,
like she doesn't hand out business cards that say Tomb Raider on them.
I feel like if I was, like an adventure-seeking archaeologist, like Indiana Jones, I wouldn't like the term Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
It sounds horrible.
Yeah.
I would prefer adventure-seeking archaeologist or something.
Yeah. He's a university professor.
Yeah.
Part-time. I can't believe I just referenced the worst Indiana Jones movie.
Way to go.
Such a dick. Okay, so anyways.
So
James Bond is in the movie.
He shows up.
And he has an American voice.
And Angelina Jolie's the British one.
Yeah, so she's American. She does the British voice. And technically, her British voice is better than his American accent.
It's not like that horrible. But then Daniel Craig comes in with this American accent that's so unconvincing.
Yeah.
That like, oh my gosh, we could barely handle it.
It's like, Lara Croft.
Lara Croft. Oh, yeah. It literally sounded like Harrison Ford making fun of Harrison Ford.
It totally does.
That's what...
It's like, it's like, oh my god, guys, the swords. It's all about the swords.
Come on, you got to move faster,
Come on,
ladies.
let's move faster, ladies. Like, holy shit, it's so awful.
Yeah, it's like maybe he was, like, he wasn't obviously, like, a huge star at this time or anything.
No, yeah, I don't really...
Like, by any stretch of the imagination. So maybe he, like, didn't give a shit at that point, or maybe he just hadn't learned to act yet.
It's quite possible.
But it was terrible.
Maybe he just can't do accents. Not everyone can do accents.
Oh,
man.
yeah, maybe.
Although I've also heard that there's like a theory that if you don't know that an actor has a particular accent, like naturally, you're more likely to believe their fake accent.
Well, I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to be actively listening for the falsities.
I don't think this accent would pass the test.
Well, I mean, like, maybe, okay, if I didn't know that Daniel Craig was not American, then I would maybe have thought that he just has a dumbass voice.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? It's like his whole voice sounds different.
Yeah.
It's not just like, because like Daniel Craig, like I think of him obviously as James Bond, and I have that voice associated in my head of like what his like, oh yes, Jim Bond, you know,
yes, God,
his suave Bond voice, and then he comes in, he's like Lara Croft, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Oh, it's so fucking bad.
Oh, it's so dumb.
I'm gonna talk about the awful CGI.
It was awful early 2000s CGI. Like,
yeah, I guess it was fine.
It wasn't. Yeah, it was just what it was to be expected.
She fights a series of statues in the first temple, and a giant 8-armed. I assume it's a Buddha.
Yeah, it was a Buddha.
Was it a Buddha? Okay,
I think so. I mean, I guess
does Buddha have multiple arms?
No, I don't think so. You know, I am not the expert on Buddhas.
Yeah, I don't know.
In the room,
but it's in like some temple, and I know more about Buddhas than you.
I don't know. Maybe.
It's in some temple in Cambodia, which is a fairly Buddhist country, based on all the dudes in saffron robes and bald heads that we see in the next scene.
Was she still in the same country in this scene?
I think so.
Oh.
Remember the scene with the Buddhist monk holding the satellite dish for the satellite phone?
Right, for her to make a call.
Yeah, that was great.
Just very patiently and calmly just holding it there.
Yeah.
It looked really out of place. I loved it.
I got some fun facts about the movie.
Oh, lay it on me.
Some fun facts?
Yeah, what was fun about this movie?
I've been sharing these on our Instagram account in the lead up to the release of this episode.
Oh, cute.
This was the highest grossing action movie with a female lead at the time of its release. The second highest was Aliens from 1986. So it took like 20 years almost for some of the top aliens. So that was kind of cool. And it was this average
How many in between how many action movies with female leads did we have in between that, though?
At least one.
What was the one?
I think Resident Evil came out before that.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, I don't know, probably not that many. Maybe Long Kiss Goodnight? Thelma and Louise?
When was that?
Those are both sometime in the 90s, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway. Fun fact number 2.
Fun fact number 2. In the scene where she's driving the Land Rover through the jungle, they had to continuously cut because snakes and other like insects and stuff kept falling in to the car because it's like a convertible. It's like a convertible Land Rover, and just like she'd be driving through the bush, all of a sudden a snake would just land in her lap, and apparently she did not like it.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, are there outtakes of that?
Oh, I hope so.
Oh man, I would watch that.
That'd be great. Yeah. So
was that it? 2 fun facts?
That was the 2 fun facts. I think I had a third one, but I forgot what it was. I didn't write it down. Oh, I think I was gonna post a fun fact about how her dad in the movies, her dad in real life. That's kind of fun,
yeah.
Right?
That was fun.
That's fun. That's fun.
That's cute.
Oh yeah, his mausoleum. I never noticed this before. his mausoleum is like shaped like a tent, like a safari tent.
Yeah, I noticed that. I thought that was
cool.
Really, yeah. It was a nice touch. It was a nice touch.
Yeah, and then you made a comment. You were like, "Oh, it's like a stone tent," and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, "Oh, that sounds like the new like hipster like camping trend." It's like, oh, he's got to go camping in a stone tent. Just like bring a whole bunch of stones with you to like stack up. It's just such an awesome natural way to just get in touch with nature.
A stone tent.
Like in a stone tent.
What the hell?
I don't know. That's where my mind went. Maybe it's not funny. I thought it was funny. Okay, no, it's that joke didn't work. Moving on.
Stone tent.
It's just so much better. It just gets you in touch with the earth, you know, and you're just surrounded by it. Leave your canvas at home, people.
Just dig a hole.
Sheeple. Yeah, okay. The time storm. Mention that. I wrote that down. I wrote down, it's a time storm, period.
Yep. So it's at the second temple, which is in Siberia.
Yeah.
Where the other half of the magical triangle of light is.
Yeah.
And there are just little patches of light floating around in it. For some reason.
Yeah. And they're all like, ooh, that's kind of cool.
And then one of the huskies, one of the sled dogs.
Oh, yeah.
Jumps
runs
and jumps at it for some reason.
Because, obviously, you would.
Jumps into it, and like its skin disappears, and you see all its muscles, and its muscles disappear, and you see all of its bones. But then it comes out the other side of the bubble normal.
Yeah.
And Daniel Craig's like, oh my god!
Yeah, and then Lara Croft just casually turns to him. She's like, it's a time storm. Idiot.
Duh.
You never seen a time storm before, idiot?
Never been to New York?
Yeah, so that was great. So then they get the piece. Somehow. She puts the clock onto the orb and gets sucked into it.
Yeah.
And then
they get shot back out a few moments later.
Oh yeah, that happens then. And then she has the piece, and then they put the triangle together, and then her and Jorah Mormont have to run up a pyramid to try and get the triangle.
Yeah, like in their minds.
In their minds, and then she gets it, and she goes back in time to visit her dad. And it was all very confusing because her dad like remembers it like it already happened in his lifetime, because it would have happened before he died. He would have had a moment where Lara Croft, as a grown woman, visits him in his tent. But that doesn't make sense, because she should be going back in time to when it was the first time that he would have seen her as a grown woman. But he was acting like it had already happened. Still already happened. None of it made sense. It's like you're saying that the writers fucked up.
Oh, it is almost like I'm saying that.
Yeah, I don't know. And then, the whole reason she put the triangle together and they went back in time is because Jorah Mormont threw a knife and killed James Bond, and then she's like, "Oh, I love him, so I guess I'll just go back in time."
Yeah.
So she goes back in time.
She saw his penis earlier, so
she did see his penis earlier. We didn't, because there was a conveniently placed table.
Yeah.
At all times.
Mm-hmm.
And then later, an Italian lady threw towels at his crotch.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, she saw his penis, and I guess she liked what she saw, because she went back in time to save his life and turned the knife around to kill Jorah Mormont, even though I'm pretty sure the way physics works is that what would have happened was just the butt of the knife would have hit Daniel Craig and he would have been fine.
Yeah, there's like this scene of her like struggling to turn the knife around in midair.
Yeah.
She's like stopped time,
Yeah.
around it and then stopped it, and there's a big struggle, and her hand's like bleeding and everything. But then, yeah, if she started time, she didn't. That wouldn't have changed the trajectory.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He would have just got hit by the handle of the knife and be like, oh, I'm fine.
Hey, what was that for?
Ow. Hey. And then she could have shot Jorah Mormont. Let's talk about how many times she could have shot Jorah Mormont. Because... So anyways, what actually happens is the knife flies back and hits Jorah Mormont in the chest. And he's not dead. And then... and then he...
Makes fun of her dad.
Makes fun of her dad. He's like, your dad was a pussy. Died like a little bitch.
Yeah.
And then it shows a flashback of what actually happened. Oh, he says, like, oh, he begged like a child. And it shows a flashback of what actually happened. And he's like, surrender. And he's like, no. And he shoots him. And he's like, yep, like a child. So,
like a little baby.
Like a little baby. And then he, like, pulls out a pocket watch.
That he took from her.
Yeah, and he's like, this was your dad's pocket watch. And
Bitch.
now it's mine.
And it has, like, a picture of her mother in it.
Yeah, it's like, ooh, look at your mother. Anyways.
I look at it every night.
Tuck this into my breast pocket.
I
Yeah,
said
for
breast.
safekeeping.
How does it make you feel, Tomb Raider?
And then the whole temple is starting to collapse. And
lightning is going around?
Yeah, and she's like, I'm going to go get that pocket watch. And then James Bond is like, Lara, no. This whole place is coming down. It's crazy. You can't.
Chewie.
Chewie, get us out of here. That's what he yells at the dogs when he gets on the dog sled.
Yeah.
Except the scene where he gets out of the shower and he's naked and we don't see his penis, but she sees his penis. He's British. He like totally,
that's right.
He like totally drops the accent.
It's like he's so surprised that Lara Croft is suddenly there in his room. He's like, ah! He's so surprised that he drops his American accent.
Well, so like he like sees her in the room, and it would be like a moment where like, duh, right? But he's just kind of like, ah. Like he just got like a weird shiver.
Yeah.
That's good. I wonder if it was like the first scene with him that they filmed. And then the next scene, you're like, yeah, we're not really feeling the British. Can you just do it American? And he was like, oh, God, I don't know if I can do it American. Oh, fuck, what does an American sound like? Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford is an American. And then he's like, Lara Croft.
Yep, that's what happened. That's what happened. And they didn't redo that one scene where he was British.
Shit.
You just need the mic.
No, it's fine. Yeah, and then they're just like, boss, should we go back and get that one scene then, yeah, when I was doing the British? Like, please, no one's going to be paying attention. What do you think, a couple of shitty dudes on a podcast are going to make fun of you one day? Fucking nut up, Craig.
Womp womp.
It's a fucking garbage video game movie. It's not going to make or break your career. You still have a chance to be James Bond one day. Everyone look at Craig. He's going to be James Bond one day.
Oh, yeah.
Shut the fuck up, Daniel. Let's just do the scene. Be American. And then he did become James Bond. And
kick that guy in the balls.
Yeah. Simon West didn't direct a James Bond movie.
Sure didn't.
No.
You know why? Because Daniel Craig ruined his career.
Yeah. By doing a shitty American. Oh, what if that was his like grandson? He's like, I'm gonna make this movie terrible. It's the swords.
It's the swords.
Hurry it up, ladies. Yeah, it's so good.
Oh gosh.
So anyways, Jorah Mormont's bleeding on the ground with a knife in him. It is like very casual. He's like, oh yeah, there's a knife like pretty much in my heart, but whatever. And he's like, she's just walking up to him, and he's still talking. And she could shoot him there while he's on the ground.
Yep.
Shoot him many times. All of a sudden, as he pulls the knife out, then all of a sudden he just springs to his feet like he's totally fine.
Like a lemur.
And they're both pointing their guns at each other.
Like lemurs.
Like lemurs. And she could shoot him in the face then. Mm-hmm. But then he gives her an even better chance because he lifts his gun away and he's like, no guns. And she's still got her guns pointed at his face. Both of them. She could just shoot him in the face there.
Twice.
Take the pocket watch. Yeah, many times. The amount of times that she could shoot him is insane.
It's astounding.
But then she's like, yeah, no, all right. Puts the guns down. They have what is arguably the best fight in the movie.
Because it's actually a fight with actual people.
Yeah. Although I did like the scene where she shoots the screwdrivers out of the air gun at people.
Oh.
That was kind of clever.
Yeah. Fair. Yeah.
And then, so she fucking, like, throat chops him to death.
And or just throat chops him unconscious and leaves him to die.
Yeah.
It was a little unclear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, the temple collapses and he's fucked. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck. I really wish we'd watch the second one. The second one is still, like, in my mind, is still pretty good. I don't...
maybe we'll watch it later.
Yeah, when the Tomb Raider sequel comes out.
Yeah. When the reboot has a number 2.
when they reboot again. Oh, jeez. Okay, so... Yeah, so that was Tomb Raider.
That was Tomb Raider. Angelina Jolie.
High-flying ride to adventure.
There it is. With dog sleds.
With dog sleds and U2 and Moby. A lot of Moby.
Arguably just enough.
I'd say there's just enough Moby in this movie. Yeah.
More and I would have thrown up.
Yeah.
Would have Mobied all over the place.
Just. Ugh. So, anyways, Moby's a great guy.
We should hang out sometime.
Yeah, let's just schedule that in right now. We gotta do the Rotten Tomatoes. I always forget. Fuck. So, talk about something real quick.
So, fun fact about Moby is that there is an actor who looks like Moby who has played a Moby impersonator on multiple different television shows and probably nothing else because he just looks like Moby. And Jim Rash.
I was gonna say, is it Jim Rash? But then you said
no, it's the Moby impersonator.
Oh, cool.
He plays a Moby. He plays the guy who looks like Moby on How I Met Your Mother, and then plays a guy who looks like Moby on Community as well.
Who is a Moby impersonator?
A Moby impersonator.
Yeah.
But then becomes a Jim Rash impersonator.
Yeah. All right. What do you think the critics gave Lara Croft Tomb Raider from 2001? By the way, so
2001.
just barely not the 90s.
Yeah. 22.
Oh, so close. 20.
Oh, man! Is that the closest I've ever been?
Pretty close, I think.
Sheesh.
Yeah. Angelina Jolie is perfect for the role of Lara Croft, but even she can't save a movie from senseless plot and action sequences with no emotional impact.
There we go.
Fair enough. The audience liked it a bit more. They said 47%.
Wow, that's a lot more.
That's a lot more. It's like almost more than double.
Almost. Let's not get carried away.
Yeah. So that's Lara Croft Tomb Raider. The first one.
What's the new one called?
Just Tomb Raider.
Just Tomb Raider.
I
gotcha.
Yeah. Based off the reboot of the game. That game is really good, by the way.
I've heard. I still haven't played it, but it looks really good.
I have the second one, and I haven't really got into that one yet. But I really enjoyed the first game. A little disappointment. You don't get double guns until the very end of the first game.
Uh-huh.
And as I'm like going into the second game, I was like, oh shit, we're going to get double guns. Don't get them.
They keep it from you.
They keep it from you. That's all right, though. So what are you giving Tomb Raider? The Lara Croft Tomb Raider.
I think it's just. I think that's just one. That's one big pile of shit.
That is one big pile of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it's worth ever watching again.
I think this is the first time we're ever gonna disagree on the show because I'm gonna say it's pretty craptacular.
It's craptacular.
Yeah.
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 Like I said, I had fun with it. I don't know. It was
like it wasn't all bad for sure.
It was amusing.
But again, like I mean, for me, I know there are some people who enjoy movies and don't rewatch them, but for me, rewatchability is a huge part of how I like movies, and I never want to see that again. I don't. I'm done.
I don't know. Like I feel like, I mean, like I own the DVD, so I can watch it whenever I want.
Literally.
But like if it was just on cable one day, like I'd probably sit there and watch it. depending on what part I jumped in at.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
there we go. Guess we'll just agree to not agree.
Yeah. So that just about does it for us here at the Retro Craptacular. Thanks for dropping by. I'm sorry,
I liked where you were going, but I couldn't.
I was gonna do it.
Hold it.
I'm gonna do it like Mr. Rogers. Next month we're doing. Well, I don't know what we're doing next month actually, because Marvel fucked up our entire plans and they moved Avengers up a month. Or up a week.
Fucking Marvel.
So it's in April now. So I was like, well, fuck. Now we got to do some sort of superhero movie. Probably a Marvel movie. I don't know what to do. There's a part of me that wants to do Captain America Civil War. Because I don't like that movie. And I would very much like to rage about it for an hour. But that's just me being selfish. And I know that there's a lot of people...
That's not the point of the podcast.
No, and I know that there's a lot of people out there that like that movie. And I've been meaning to like make a video essay, kind of like I made that Darth Vader video.
Oh, yeah.
I've been meaning to do another one like that where I explain like why I think it's a terrible movie.
And like implore people to actually think about it critically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because a bunch of superheroes fight each other in one scene does not mean it's the greatest superhero movie ever made. Okay? Basically, I think it's kind of a gutless movie, and it's no one suffers any consequences for their actions in that movie, and two people should have died in the movie. Rhodey should have died, and Bucky should have died because they're both stupid and useless characters, and it would have lent some emotional weight to the other characters in the film who actually do care about them. And you don't get rid of any of your A-listers, and no one in the movie has an arc. Everyone feels exactly the same way at the beginning of the movie or at the end of the movie as they do at the beginning.
Yeah, nothing really changed. Yeah, so, you're right. If Bucky died, then it would have been that actually everyone lost.
Yeah.
And then that's what war is, especially Civil War.
Yeah, because also he serves no purpose to the story at all. And he's just not an important character. And I can't believe they've wasted 2 movies on him. I really like The Winter Soldier, though. It's a good movie. But also, yeah, War Machine. Like, when he gets shot down, I was like, oh, God, they're going to kill War Machine.
Yeah.
But then he didn't. He's paralyzed, but then he wasn't, because at the end, they just give him robot legs, and he's fine. So, like, literally nothing's different.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, yeah. Like, and everything... Like, no consequences for everyone. Like, they get busted out of jail.
Yeah. Save it for the video essay, bro.
Fuck. I don't... And then he gives him the cell phone saying, like, I know we have our differences, but we can be friends.
But nothing's changed.
But we can still be friends. If you need me, just call me. Like,
if you need me, call me. No matter where you are. No matter how far.
Don't worry, baby. Good stuff. No, stop it. We're going to get sued.
Oh, shit.
Marvin Gaye doesn't listen to this podcast.
Marvin?
He's dead.
If you're listening.
So yeah, we got to figure something. But then also I kind of thought like, oh, we could do Thor: The Dark World, because I think that's just genuinely kind of shitty.
Oh, could do. I haven't seen it.
Oh, perfect. You mean you don't need
I don't need to, I know. But
if you're going to watch a Thor movie, watch Ragnarok, because it's great.
Yeah, I still need to see that. Oh, I can't believe I didn't see it.
I just watched it again. I bought it the other day. It just came out on Blu-ray, so I bought it again, watched it. It's great. We'll watch it. Don't worry.
Sounds good.
But I don't know. There's like Daredevil or like Ang Lee's Hulk or like one of the Spider-Man TV movies from the 70s. Or there's that other Hulk TV movie.
I think there's lots of options, man.
Should I put up a poll? Should I do like a Twitter poll?
Yeah.
Do a Twitter poll.
That sounds good.
See what people say. And
you're talking about the Ben Affleck Daredevil movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I may or may not take the results of the poll into advisement. I might just do whatever I want. But, I need some help making up my mind. So
cool.
We'll see.
Do a maybe inconsequential poll.
I was thinking like, oh, there could be some fun. We could do some jokes on like things that have Avengers in the title. Like there's the British Avengers. That are like a group of spies, and it was like a TV show in the 60s, and they made a movie with Uma Thurman in the 90s.
Oh, I don't know that.
Called The Avengers. And that's why in the UK, the Avengers is called Avengers Assemble.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. And then I was like, or we could do the Avenging Disco Godfather.
Yep, it's settled.
Dude, Avenging Disco Godfather?
There it is.
Great. Because I'm like, that's a cool, fun pun. Like, you know, I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah.
There it is.
Oh, did you see Black Panther, by the way?
No.
Oh, okay.
Interested to see it.
I saw it. It's pretty good.
Cool.
It's
That's what I've been.
It's not amazing.
Yeah, but it's like
yeah,
not a turd. So that's
the first it has the best villain probably in a Marvel movie ever, who is kind of wasted for half the movie.
Yeah.
And I really wish that they kind of chopped the first hour down to like 20 minutes and got into his story way earlier.
Yeah, well.
That's all I'll say. But
cool.
So yeah, we'll figure that out. We'll do an episode next month.
Sounds good.
I don't know what it'll be. I'll put up a Twitter poll. We'll see what happens.
Cool.
Until next time, you can find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Gmail, and Patreon, all at RetroCrapPod. If you think that we deserve some of your money, which we most definitely don't, but if you feel like giving it to us anyways, we have... I mean, I don't think we do. I don't know. Do we deserve it? No. If you want to, be nice to us, we'll take it.
Yeah, that's just up to you.
Yeah. You know, if it was like... Think of it as like sponsoring a child.
What, they don't need it?
It was for the cost of a cup of coffee a month. You could sponsor 2 man-children. Just gripe about movies on the internet. Yeah, we got some cool stuff up there. You get the episodes early. You get we got a Phantom Menace commentary track up there.
That was fun.
You can suggest a movie for us to watch, and we have to watch it. Please, no porn.
Did we put a disclaimer in, or is that?
I'll just say that that's a hard no.
Cool. Sounds good.
Yeah, so that kind of stuff's up there. Send us an email, man. I would love to do like a little like talk back mailbag kind of segment at the end of the show. I think that could be fun.
That'd be great.
Answer us, just ask us some questions, like movie recommendations or what we thought of this or that or the other thing.
Yeah, just shoot us some mail, man.
Shoot us some mail. We'll shoot the shit. What else do we have? Oh, you can find us on iTunes, Google Play, iHeartRadio, YouTube, anywhere, any of your pod-catching apps will have our stuff, and it'd be great if you could, give us a little rating, leave a little review, but more importantly, just like tell a friend. If you like what you hear and you think other people would like it, tell someone, recommend it. Word of mouth is super important for getting the show out there. So, yeah, I think that just about does it for us today. Anything you want to do? Oh, check out my episode of Action. I did an episode of the Action podcast a couple weeks ago on the movie Predator. It was super fun, and can't wait to go back. They already said they want to have me back, so.
Oh, that's so cute.
It is super cute. So
cute.
So cute.
So cute.
No, it was great. It was a lot of fun, and I think the episode's really entertaining. I listened to the whole thing, which is weird because I usually don't listen to stuff that I don't like listening to my own voice.
That's fair. It's a normal reaction.
I listen to these because I edit them, but other than that, it's like I don't go back and listen to them.
But it was entertaining enough that you just...
Yeah, it was entertaining enough that I listened to the entire thing, and I was like, oh, this is really fun. So check it out, and yeah, give their podcast a like as well. They're cool dudes.
Spread the love.
Yeah, so that was Tomb Raider. Next month, we will watch a superhero movie. And until next time, keep watching crap.
You.
Okay.
Oh, what?
good. Let me just...
Oh, yowza.
Oh, that was good.
So loud. Holy crap, bro.
Okay, so I did that today at work. I just that happens to me all the time. Like I do that probably 2-3 times a day.
You just crack the shit out of your neck?
Oh yeah. It's gonna catch up with me one day. But I did it today at work, and the person who's next to me behind the counter was like, "Oh!" like a very like visceral reaction to it, and so I was
gassed.
like, "Yeah." And like one day I was like, "Oh," I was thinking like, "Oh, it'd be so good to just like do it one day, just be like crack, and then just crumple." It's like, and then just like immediately go limp and just like drop to the floor and see it. And see if anyone noticed.
I would love that
see
joke.
what people react to.
So like you broke your own neck.
Just crack. Like, oh, I just gotta crack my neck. Just like on the
total commitment. You go limp.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I would love to see that. Personally, I would just adore it.
So, anyways, I'm gonna practice going limp.
All right.